Hello, my friends. I hope all of you guys are doing very well. First and foremost, wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving. I was thinking back on the year gone by, and in this shaving hobby that I am a part of, I am very, very thankful to a lot of you guys. A lot of you whom I have learned a lot of stuff from over the years, people who watch my videos. Thank you so much. So, I wanted to take this moment to say, what is it that I can give back to the community? My job requires me to work on numbers all throughout the day. So, I thought, okay, can I use some of that knowledge with the knowledge of wet shaving to try and give back? And I think I have found something which I believe might help you. Now, as you guys know, once you start getting into the hobby, slowly but surely you start to build X number of soaps, X number of razors, and sooner than later, at times it becomes difficult to keep track of things. It becomes difficult to remember how a razor shaved, how a shaving soap was, and many of the times, once your collection grows big, every day you're spending time in the morning figuring out what you're going to use for the day. So, what I thought is there a way that I can create some kind of a tracker which will help you keep track of your soaps and your razors? And it'll help you remember how a particular soap or how a particular razor performed. So let me take you guys through a file that I created, and I'm hoping that it's going to help you. So this file that I created has two sheets. One is for your shaving soaps and creams. The second one is for the razors that you own. And I'll take you through each one of the sheets. So in the shaving soap and cream, the first thing is figuring out what matters to you. Now, what I tried to do was I tried to, simplify it into what are some of the broad five things we would look for in a shaving cream. For example, what's the value? How much did you pay for it? How many ounces did you get? Where was it made? What does it have? Does it have tallow? Is it vegan based? Depending upon what is it that you like. The second one I felt, which made sense, is how easy is it to create the lather? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Because if you can't really lather, you might like the soap, but then it might take you too long before you could get a shave going. Number three, which matters a lot to me, is residual slickness, which means how many times can I go over the same area without needing to reapply the lather. Then the next thing I thought, which matters, that is why so many people come out with so many different scents in their soap, while the soap base remains the same, is the scent strength. And did you like a particular scent? Did the scent linger through the shave? Was it strong enough? Stuff like that. And then last but not the least, how was the post shave feel? Did it cause dryness? Did you break out in a rash? Was it nice and smooth? Stuff like that. So these are the five categories that I thought that one should go ahead and have at a minimum to gauge how good or bad a soap is. This is again my first cut at this. I'm willing to rework on the file depending upon the feedback that I get. So once I figured out these five, then the next step for me was to say, okay, out of 100%, what is the weightage that I give to each one of these? Now, for somebody, it might be equal, 20% to all. Everything matters. For some, it might be something else. For example, for me, the highest thing for me is residual slickness. So I've given 35% marks to it. Then the next thing for me is value, then the ease of creating the lather, and scent strength is there, but it doesn't matter so much to me. And lastly, in the similar way, post shave feel, because I know in case the post shave feel is not good, I can apply some, splash or balm or what have you. So that's this first step that you do when you're using this file. You figure out what is the weightage that you need. And the way that I've made it is, let's say your number does not match 100. Let's say you give 10% here, it will turn red to tell you that, hey, there's something which needs to be fixed. All right, so that is one. Then the second thing is on a scoring scale, right? For each one of these, you have to say, okay, what's your scoring scale? I didn't want to put a very large scoring scale, then it becomes a little difficult, is what I feel. So I put simple 4-point scoring scale: poor, okay, good, and great. So the way that the file works is it's going to factor in what is the weightage that you've given, what is the on a scale of poor, okay, good, or great, have you rated a particular parameter, and then it'll give you a final score. But before we get into giving individual scores to different shave soaps, we need to figure out what is our baseline. So once we have figured out the weightage here, the next thing is what is the minimum that you're looking at? So in value, I want it to be good, ease of lather is good, residual thickness good. I'm okay if the scent strength is just about okay. And I'm also okay if the post shave feel is just about okay. So basically, what it says is you're looking for a threshold of 100 points to be around 71, 72 for a soap that you think is going to be good. So then the next step that you do is I will unhide a few uh, rows over here. Is you will then start putting in what is the brand in case there is any particular scent, let's say barbershop or whatever. So you can have multiple Sterling soap rows in case you want. Okay. You'll put in what is the amount that you got in the jar. What is the price that you paid? So it will tell you obviously price per ounce, right? This entire column is price per ounce. This particular cell right here, what it does is it gives you the median price. So it cuts off the highest and the lowest in terms of price per ounce and says this is the middle ground. Now, again, value, and it doesn't say, okay, what, if it is less than this, it's going to be great or good or whatever it is. It's on you. But this is just to show you visually if a particular soap is beyond the median price or below that. And then you put in whatever you feel is the value that you want to give to that particular soap. So, for example, let's take the Sterling soap. To me, I feel that the value is great. To me, I feel that the ease of creating of the lather is good. Residual slickness is good as well. Scent strength is okay. Post shave feel is okay. So it gives me an overall score of 78.75. That means I personally rate it very high. Again, what you could do is these may differ for you based on your use case. So it will give you a final score right here, to which it'll say, okay, how far away from the ideal scoring are you? Again, just because something is lower than this does not mean that it's a bad soap. But in your reference point, probably it's a soap which didn't work for you or which you didn't like. So if you were to sort this by points and it comes here in the lower section, you might say, hey, you know what? I don't really use this soap too much. What do I do? Do I buy, sell, trade? Do I just use it once in a blue moon? That's your choice. So that is how I feel we can keep track of our shaving soaps. Using the same logic and methodology, I created a sheet for the razors as well. Obviously, when you're looking at razors, you are going to be looking at few other different things in terms of what matters. For example, when I'm looking at a razor, I would obviously look at value. How much did I pay for it? Where was it made? Was it made in the USA? Because when you're talking about value, remember, because the cost of living here in the US and the cost of labor is higher than probably a lot of other places in the world, it might cost a little bit more. So you can't just say, oh, you know what? This razor cost me $100 and this cost me $50. So the $50 is great value, the $100 is not. You need to also factor in things like where was it made? What are the materials that it's made of? So on and so forth. The second thing which I thought makes sense is fit and finish. How's the quality? Is it too slippery? Does the blade sit properly? So on and so forth. Ease of cleaning. The third, which matters to me and which I think matters to a lot of people also, is how is the balance? Is it too top heavy, too bottom heavy? Does it cause your wrist to pain because it's not weighted in the right way? So that's the third one. The fourth and the fifth, obviously, this one talks about how easily does it go ahead and cut your hair. And the last one is while you're cutting your hair, is there a lot of blade feel or post shave? Does your face break out and all that kind of stuff? I thought as a starting point, this might be a few good things for us to measure when we are trying to figure out which razors we like. So, just in the case of the shave soap and cream, you will assign a value based on what you think is of value to you. For example, for me, how it cuts the hair matters the most, which is why my weightage to it is the highest. After that, value matters a lot to me, and also post shave feel matters a lot to me. Fit and finish balance in this also matters, but it's not as high as some of the rest of them. In the similar way, just like we had done in the previous sheet, you will then define what is your baseline. So, what are you looking for from a value, fit, and finish balance, so on and so forth? The minimum amounts. So, it'll give you a minimum number that you're looking for. And then, in the similar way, let me unhide a couple of rows here. You are going to be able to define. So, let's say just keeping the Rockwell success. It's made of stainless steel, but that the price you paid, $120. I feel it's good value, not great. I feel the fit and finish is good, not great. I feel the balance is okay, not good or great. But it cuts hair really well, and one of the main things is it's got 6 settings, so to speak, with different blade caps. So for me, that is great. And because of that, I've also noticed that it gives me a pretty good post shave as well. And while I'm shaving, it really doesn't hurt. So the score that it gave me was 83.75, which is quite high in my books. Again, this is going to be based on what you feel works for you. This is just something to, get started on tracking how good your razors are and probably which are the ones that you tend to reach for. So that's it, guys. That is how the file works. So let me show you how you will be able to download the file and use it for yourself. So below the YouTube video, in the text box, I have put a link where you can download the file from. So let me show you what happens when you click on that link. So once you click on the link, it's going to open up the file, which I have shared with all of you guys. Whoever has that link can go ahead and get to the file. Obviously, what I am going to continue to do is, I will make sure this file has all of my scores so that any point of time you guys say, okay, what do you feel about something? If I've already reviewed it, I would have already gone ahead and put in the scores. You can come and take a look. In your case, if you want to start using this file, all you need to do is you need to click on File, and then you need to click on Download and what format you want to download it at. My suggestion, Microsoft Excel, because that is what I use to create it. So once you open the downloaded file, you should be able to get directly into the file and you should be able to start making changes as you deem fit. Obviously, some of these have some formula which I have put in. So try not to touch that, because if you do, then you'll change the way that the file works. At any point of time, if you feel that you messed it up, that's okay. You can just go back to the link and just download it again. So that's about it, guys. I hope this file helps you guys. And again, thank you so much for a great 2025. I look forward to 2026. I hope all of you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.